So children, last class we have to learn about ray diagrams of convex lens. Just only one type of ray diagram completed. Just remaining. Now what are the ray diagrams are here? Let me see now of convex lens ray diagrams. Very most important children. So here the next one is when object is placed beyond center of curvature. Center of curvature. So here object is placed beyond the center of curvature of convex lens. So means the object is placed beyond C on the principal axis. Then where the image is formed, let us see now. And already I told you, convex lens is a convergent lens. So in that, first ray comes from the object which is parallel to the principal axis and it is moves through the focus. Second ray comes and passes through the optic center, it will be undeviated. So now according to this, when object is placed beyond the center of curvature on the principal axis, let us see now here. Already I told you, instead of the lens, we have to use their symbols. Convex lens symbol. It is convex lens symbol amma. Convex lens symbol it is, and it is lens. That's why it is consists of two focal lengths and center of curvatures. The middle one is the optic center O it is, and F2, C2 it is, F1 and C1. Now, according to the question, when object is placed beyond the center of curvature, it is the center of curvature and it is the object. Now object is placed beyond center of curvature. Then, so object it is beyond center of curvature. One incident ray comes from the object which is parallel to the principal axis and strike to the lens. Then reflector ray passes through the focus. Reflector rays passes through the focus. Second one is, it is passes through optic center. And now, so see children, second one ray is passes from the object and it passes through the optic center. Now it will be undeviated. It is come back to the same path. Now here, the two rays are intersecting here. This is the intersecting point and the image is forms here. It is the image point. Object is placed beyond the center of curvature. Image forms between F1 and C1. It is a real image, inverted and diminished. Why it is real image? According to the sign convention, image forms below the principal axis. Below the principal axis. And it is inverted. The image is inverted and diminished. It is a very short than the object. So let me write down here characteristics. Image is formed between F1 and C1. It is a real image, inverted and diminished. So these are the characteristics of this diagram, children. So here object is placed on the principal axis. It is beyond the center of curvature. Now incident ray comes from the object and strike to the lens and it is passes through the focus, and the secondary comes from the object and it is passes through the optic center. And the two refracted rays are intersecting at this point. Now this point is image point. By seeing of this diagram here, image is formed between F and F1 and C1. It is a real image, inverted and diminished. It is the characteristics of image, children. It is the characteristics of image. So very clear, children. Just you imagine, just you keep it in mind. Convex and concave, whatever the lens, just we have to use the two rays only. First ray is parallel to the principal axis. Second ray passes through the optic center. Now this is the next question, please. Second. So next one is very most important. Object is placed at the center of curvature. Object is placed at the center of curvature. So it is very most important. Already we know that every object, when they are placed on center of curvature, the image also formed on center of curvature itself. Either mirror or lens, whatever it may be. Mirror also, when the object is placed on center of curvature, image also forms on center of curvature. Lens also, similar the lens also, when object is placed at the center of curvature, image also forms on center of curvature. But the size of object should be equal to the size of image. Both sizes are equal. Let me see this diagram now, same as this. Draw the lens symbol. Same way, F2 and C2, F1 and C1. It is object. And it is image. Say ray comes from the object straight to the lens. It is passes through the focus. And one more, it is comes from the object and passes through the optic center. So this is the image point. Object is placed on center of curvature, image is also forms on center of curvature. When object is placed on center of curvature, image is also forms on center of curvature. Now the same characteristic, the image is formed. The image is formed on center of curvature. It is a real image, inverted and same size to the object. Same size to the object. So this is the according to the question of ray diagram, children. So here one thing keep it in mind, children. First, take care. It is a very important. Be careful. What are the size of the object? Then the size is equal to the image. For example, object size is 2 centimeter. For example, image size also should be 2 centimeter. Object height 4 centimeter. For example, image size also should be 4 centimeter. Size of object is equal to size of image. When object is placed on center of curvature, image is also forms on center of curvature. It is a real image, inverted and same size to the object. This is the question. When object is placed at the center of curvature. Next one, when object is placed between F2 and C2, focal length and center of curvature. When object is placed between F2 and C2, then same as it is. It is according to the question. Now, when object is placed between F2 and C2, see F2 and C2, the object is placed in between. Now, the parallel ray comes from the object and is passes through the focus. Now we know that second ray is always passes through the optic center. Now see where the two refracted rays are intersecting. This is the image point. So it is. See children, object placed between F2 and C2, image forms beyond C. See these two rays are intersecting point, it is image point. But the image size is bigger than the object size. The image is magnified than the object. So then it is the image is formed beyond center of curvature. It is a real image inverted and enlarged. So image is forms beyond the center of curvature. Beyond the center of curvature, it is a real image because it is inverted. Inverted means real image and enlarged. See this size of image is size of image is greater than to size of object. So that's why image is enlarged. The image is formed beyond center of curvature. It is a real image inverted and enlarged. The object located at the focal point. The object is located at the focal point. The object is located at the focal point. Let me see now. It is object. Object is located at the focal point. Now the object is located on the focal point. The same way, the first ray is parallel to the principal axis and it is passes through the focus. And we know that second ray is passes through the optic center. So see children, these two rays are do not intersecting because they are most parallel to each other. They do not intersecting. So that's why we can't identify the particular place of the image, and we can't identify the nature of the size of the image because the two reflector rays are do not intersecting here. Where the two rays are intersecting, that we call the image point. So but here two rays are most parallel to each other. The two rays are away from the lens. They are most parallel to each other. So that's why we can't identify the image point because the two rays are most parallel away from the lens. So that's why we can't identify the nature and image of the lens object. So that means here the two rays are most parallel to long distance here. They do not intersect. But it forms a image. It forms a image, but we can't identify the particular place because they do not intersecting the two rays. They are most parallel to each other and away from the lens. So this is the when object is located in the focal point. Maybe the image is forms at we can call the image point. Image is the image is formed at infinity also we can say, but we can't say the particular place. Just we imagine that. Because these two rays are not intersecting, that's why we can't identify the nature and image of the object. This is the important question, children. When object is placed at the focal point, then the two rays are not intersected. So that's why the image size and nature we can't identify. We can't discuss about that here. And the next diagram. Now, just we go with the concave lens. Concave lens. Concave lens. Concave lens. So already we know that here concave lens is a diverged lens. Concave lens is diverged lens because always it forms a virtual image. So because the concave lens is the diverged lens, so we know that it is the symbol of concave lens. Concave lens symbol, and it is a principal axis. It is the optic center. Now here F1 and C1, F2 and C2. So ray diagrams of concave lens. Always the concave lens forms a virtual image because the refractor rays do not intersect it. Just we have to extend the refractor rays inside, and where they are intersecting, that is the image point. It is always forms a diminished image. Concave lens always forms a virtual image, diminished and erect. For example, let me see here. Object is placed between F1 and C1. F1 and C1. Then see, it is concave lens is diverged lens. The parallel rays passes from the object and strike to the lens and gets diverged it is. And the second ray is passes to the optic center, it is undeviated. Now, just do one thing, children, which is diverged here, that lens, that ray is extended inside. So this is the image point. The ray which is diverged here just to extend inside where these two rays are intersecting, that is the image point here. And the refracted ray is moves through the focus because it is a parallel ray, and the parallel ray is passes from the object, gets diverged and extend to the inside, and the ray is reached to the focus. And here the two rays are intersecting. One is the optic center ray and extender ray. These two are intersecting this point. It is the image point. Now this image, it is a virtual image. Virtual image, erect and diminished. Erect and diminished. Because of see, it is the erect symbol. It is the ray which is upward. It is the erect, and it is very diminished because so the size of image is very smaller than the object. That's why we can call it is the diminished image. It is the concave lens images. So where you keep the object, the image is formed between of the optic center and the focus, which is forms a smallest image. Let us see one more example. Now, when object is placed beyond center of curvature. So it is the question, when object is placed beyond center of curvature. And the same way, first you have to draw the lens which is concave. Up behind the C is given here. The object is placed beyond the C. Beyond the C it is. Same way, first ray is parallel ray, and when a parallel ray passes from the object and when it strikes to the concave lens, it gets diverged. Because concave lens is divergence, already explained to you. Same, one more ray comes from the tip of the object and it passes through the optic center. It will be undeviate. Now already told you here, it is the parallel ray. So then the refracted master should be reached to the focus. Now these two rays are intersecting here. See these dots and this ray. These two are intersecting this point. It is the image point. Now the image forms a virtual image, erect and diminished. So one thing keep it in mind, children, here, every concave lens, it is forms a virtual image. The image should be formed in between an optic center, but image size is very diminished. Just to keep in mind, it is never forms a real image, but convex lens forms both image, real and virtual image. It is depend on place of the object. This is very important to keep in mind, children. Concave lens always forms a virtual image. That should be the definition. Convex lens forms both images, real as well as virtual, but it is depend on place of the object. So it is a concave lens. Whatever it may be, where you place the object, the image formed in between of optic center and the focus, that should be the diminished here. And next one, very most important, one question is given, children, very most important. What happens when parallel rays happens when parallel rays of light fall on lens making? Fall on a lens making some angle. Lens making some angle with the principal axis. So this is the question, children. Very most important question. It is very important. What happens when parallel rays of light fall on a lens making some angle with the principal axis? So here the two lenses we have the concave and convex lens, which is makes some angle, Let me see how it will be. So whatever it may be, the parallel rays means it should be is converged at the point of focus. The parallel rays of light falls on a lens. When a parallel rays falls on a lens, the refractor rays should be falls on converged on focal point. It is the answer. Means the rays should be when they strike to the lens and they are meet at the point of focus. So means all the refractor rays is converged at the point of focus. Let me see. It is the image diagram. It is first convex lens. So this is here the lens, and the first one ray which is so this is children. These are the diagram for this. See here, all the rays which make some angle and the refractor rays are converged to the point of focus. So it is seen, it is all converged to the point of focus. So that means here, what happens when parallel rays means these are the parallel rays, all the parallel rays when they are strike to the lens and the refractor rays is converged to the point of focus. See, all the rays are converged to the point of focus. It is that diagram. Very most important diagram, children. It is the convex lens diagram. What happens when parallel rays of light falls on a lens making some angle with the principal axis? Means what are the rays? What are the parallel rays when they are strike to the lens? It should be converged to the point of focus. See, this is the focus line. All they are converged to the point of focus. It is the first convex lens. It is. Now let me see the concave lens. So concave lens it is. Now the same way So it is divergence. The parallel ray is strike to the concave lens and gets diverged. All the diverged rays are converged the point of focus. Still some more is there here, children, and some more rays will be there. That is, which is, and now they are, all the rays are extended towards the. So these are all the rays are, they are converged at the point of focus. So means when all the parallel rays strike to a lens, they gets diverged. All the diverged rays are converged at the point of focus. This is the answer for this question. What happens when parallel rays of light fall on a lens, making some angle with the principal axis? So means the refracted rays are all converged at the point of focus. It is the answer for this. These two diagrams very most and most important, children. Next one. Lens makers formula. Lens makers formula. So here in this lesson, two formulas will be there. One is the lens formula, which is 1 by f equals to 1 by v minus 1 by u. Lens formula. And the lens makers formula, it is very similar to other, means very different it is. 1 by f equals to n minus 1 of 1 by r1 minus 1 by r2. It is a lens makers formula. Lens makers formula 1 by f equals to n minus 1, 1 by r1 minus 1 by r2. Lens formula 1 by f equals to 1 by v minus 1 by u. F means focal length, v means image distance, u means object distance. So this is a relation of the terms. F means focal length, v means image distance, and u means object distance. Let me see this lens makers formula relation of the terms. Same way, F equals to focal length, n means refractive index, r1 radius of curvature, first surface, r2 radius of curvature, second surface. So these are the relation of the terms, children. Lens makers formula 1 by f equals to n minus 1, 1 by r1 minus 1 by r2. F stands for focal length, n equals to refractive index, r1 radius of curvature, first surface, r2 radius of curvature, second surface. So before that, I will explain. For example, convex lens will be there. It is a biconvex lens. Two surfaces. Here it is the r1, because convex lens is the convergent. R1 is positive. Here this is the R2. R2 surface is the negative, because it is a convex, converged and concave. R1 is positive and R2 is negative. And in concave lens, biconcave lens, it is R1 negative, R2 positive. So keep it in mind, children, when you are doing the problems. So these values are, be careful, because R1, R2 is sometimes it will be changes the radius of curvature value. If the convex lens, first R1 is positive, R2 is negative. Concave lens, R1 is negative and R2 is positive. So this is the lens maker's formula and relation terms of this lens maker's formula. And lens formula 1 by f is equal to 1 by v minus 1 by, which is similar to the mirror. So this is the lens maker's formula, lens formula, children. Very most important topics. And children, my humble request to just to do the practice of convex and concave lens diagrams very thoroughly, because don't delay and don't skip the practice. Practice is very important in this diagram, because of when seeing of this diagram, it is appears to us very easy, but very difficult to draw the diagrams with the measurements, with whatever the material will be. Just do the practice with the what are the material, what are the things available. But must and should practice with the geometry box, scale, pencil, eraser, everything. With that only you have to practice. Don't practice with the pen. It is my humble request, children, and every part is very important for the ray diagrams, and arrow symbols also very important, and where the object location, that should be put proper of that. So today's lesson is I'm winding up, and be with the same link, and next class will be starts now. Thank you.